When you, it's okay because if you preach my sins, what he told me, he says, I can say this right, Pastor, it's okay? It's too late now. He said, you know, if you preach my sermon and I preach it again the second time, it just confirms that that's what God is telling to the house, right? And so the first point in moving forward in love involves, number one, working hard.
Come on.
Come on.
Proverbs 10:4. Pastor says, great power and diligence. Lazy hands make a man poor, but diligent hands bring wealth.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Lazy hands bring poverty, but diligent hands.
Yeah. Come on.
The Bible says, you prepared my hands for battle, my fingers for war.
Come on.
Come on.
Right? Working hard. Isn't that what Jacob did? He got the first part right. He worked hard. You know why? Because his dad modeled that.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, your boss may be ungodly, but he can model great principles in your life.
Come on.
You take the good, you go with the bad. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You don't, you know, if he drinks, I mean, you have to drink.
Right.
Well, my boss does it, so I got, no. He models the good principles. You take the good principles and you move forward. Right? So Jacob modeled the first principle was working hard. Moving forward in love involves, number two, recognizing weaknesses.
Come on.
What do you mean? 2 Corinthians 12:10 says this. That is why, for Christ's sake, everybody say Christ's sake.
Christ's sake.
I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecution, and difficulties. For when I'm weak, you're strong.
Come on.
Everything that I go through, God, when I'm weak. God, when my refrigerator breaks down, when I'm weak.
Come on.
God, when I don't have a tithe to give and I give it, when I'm weak. God, when I'm struggling with insecurities and rejection, when I'm weak. God, when I don't want to come to church, when I'm weak. The Bible says, when you are weak, I am strong. I am.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. You know, last week I developed a financial hardship. And I'm like, God, what do I do? My wife and I were speaking, what do we do? I had a beautiful Infiniti. And I said, you know what? Let's sell it. But that means we won't have a car. I said, I know. But when I'm weak, you're strong.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
And so I called some people and I said, this is how much I'm selling it for. And I actually had a couple, and they said, no, we'll buy it from you. And my wife and I were talking, and I said, you know what? The Bible says when I'm weak, I'm strong. I mean, when I'm weak, you're strong. And so I need. Everybody say I need.
I need.
You know, when you need something, you need it, right?
Yeah.
But when God says, you know what? Sometimes the needs of others are bigger than yours.
Yeah.
And so I'm selling my car for a need, and God's going to tell you what? Why don't you take the need that you have, figure out if you can sell the car for less, and the rest sow it in. What do you mean, God? I need mullah. I need cash. I need this thing to be paid so I can do this. And God says, understand. If you trust me, go do it.
Come on.
Come on.
I've never, ever, it's almost like sewing a car. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And so I sold the car for much, much less than I had originally priced it for. I said, God, I'm going to trust you when I'm weak and strong.
Come on.
The Bible says recognize your weaknesses. You know what? You know one of my greatest weaknesses is? Finances. For me, it's finances. And God says, when you recognize your weaknesses, when you recognize it, begin to attack it. You attack it. You work in the opposite spirit. You attack the thing that is causing you the greatest thing to fall, or the greatest thing to cause you to be weak, and you begin to attack it. And when you begin to attack it, God says, I will make you strong in the very area that today you are very weak in.
Come on.
You see? And that's what Leah did to Jacob. Jacob recognized that through Leah, he had an issue. And in order to combat his issue, he had to be married to Leah. He had to stay with her. And when he said, I'll stay with you, then that's when Laban, the leader, released Rachel.